Okay, a quick takeaway on the Gennady Golovkin interview immediately following the open media workout a couple of days ago. I think actually yesterday. But, look, it wasn't a long interview, but a lot can be said. A lot can be said. Now, the demeanor, I talk about the demeanor all the time. And, these guys, I mean, look, they're truly getting to the point to where they hate each other. It's a real true rivalry, grudge match, whatever you want to call it. But look, let's quickly go over it. Now, just focus on the body language, the facial expressions, the demeanor, things like that. Now, Golovkin has something to prove. Canelo, this is what he's saying, or basically, I'm going to kind of tell you, not verbatim, but I'm going to paraphrase. Okay, Golovkin has something to prove. Canelo, he wants to knock him down or knock him out. He's telling the public, don't listen to Canelo. He's a liar. And he wants to basically expose him, okay? And again, demeanor. Look at this facial expression. This was right after he made, a comment about them not being friends anymore. You look at Canelo, you look at Golovkin, confident, happy, upbeat, energetic, just positive, just, everything you can imagine. And Canelo, like I said in my other video, a little bit wilted, weathered, tired. Bags under his eyes, looking a little skinny there, a little balding going on there, just not looking very, vibrant. Golovkin looks incredibly vibrant and confident and sure of himself. And Canelo, you can almost read the body language. He seems to be doubting himself, like he doesn't believe. Look at him kind of sucking in the bottom lip there. That is like, psychology 101. He's like, you can just tell that there's a lot going on in that little brain right there, okay? Now, Golovkin said they are no longer friends, but if Canelo comes back to real life, basically comes back to reality, then they can be friends again, but until then, no, okay? He said, Triple G said, if he stays like a fake, he's not my friend, okay? Now, of course, referring to the whole PED situation and things like that, but we'll get into it further. And, by the way, he looked great, I think he is probably looking better, I think, now than he was in the original fight, as far as his, his physical shape that he's in right now. He said, stay with me. You stay with me, you're real. Stay with him, you're fake. Okay, this is what Golovkin, these are power, just powerful words here. Look, the last time Gennady Golovkin was talking like this was against like Curtis Stevens, and we know what happened there. Stay with him, you're fake. Stay with me, I'm the real thing, And I kind of feel the exact same way about the channel, the reporting I do. People just don't seem to get it. They think I'm biased. No, I'm just being real with you guys, and that's what it is. He's basically calling Canelo out for cheating and trying to lie about it, plain and simple. Plain and simple. And I think it's really unfair that Canelo is blaming people for having a natural reaction to his actions, right? It's like he got caught, he got busted. People they're obviously going to speak their mind, and Canelo doesn't like it. And that's really unfair. You know what I mean? It's like, just own up to it, right? Be a man and own up to it. And I think that's what Gennady Golovkin is trying to say. But Canelo is still trying to pretend like it didn't happen. He's still trying to, deny the whole thing. Clean it up in the media and everything. And where was Oscar De La Hoya? That was another one. Where the hell is Oscar De La Hoya throughout the whole media event? Usually we hear from Oscar De La Hoya. Didn't hear a word out of him. Now, I also believe Canelo is going to be a little bit overzealous on fight night. Okay, a little bit sloppy. I think, he's got something to prove. He's going to slip up and eventually get caught. And, he's way too emotional right now. I mean, I could just see it in the interview. Like I said, Golovkin, upbeat, happy, positive, vibrant, alive, full of life, full of confidence. And I just saw Canelo, just like I said, wilted. He just seemed defeated before. It's like how Tyson would talk about how he would defeat, the guys before they would even get in the ring. And I see Canelo, like, before he even gets in the ring, he's looking defeated. Now, will it change? Maybe. Maybe he had a cold. Maybe he had a bad day. I don't know. But from what I saw in this interview, in the workout, it was just, the polar opposite, right? Now, another thing I noticed was, the obvious size difference, okay? To me, like I said, Golovkin looked like a true middleweight. And Canelo looking a lot smaller. It seems like he's aged. His hair is kind of thinning. His skin tone looked different. He just seems like he's at a hard road lately. Maybe it was the PEDs catching up with him. Maybe it's all the stress because of it. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not going to be good for him on fight night. He's just, in my opinion, he's not looking very good. Okay. I think, and to sum it up, I don't want to make it too long. Basically, things just got personal. Okay, they got personal, and I don't think it's media hype because there's no press, there's no real media following this right now. I mean, both guys have been really tight-lipped and leaving little breadcrumbs for the media. So I don't think it's to sell tickets or anything like that. I think it's genuine raw emotion. I think these guys have towards each other right now, and I think they're genuinely pissed off at each other and want to take it out on each other in the ring. So that's bad for one of them, good for us because I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be anything like the first fight. I think it's going to be basically full of highlights, full of excitement, full of exchanges, things like that. And like you guys may have heard, I have changed my prediction. I believe Canelo's going to lose. Originally I had Canelo by decision, but I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing lately, I really have Golovkin, and we're getting closer and closer. Today is what, August 27th. So we've got 31 days in this month. So we've got about 18 days, roughly 2.5 weeks until fight night. I mean, their training camp is nearly over. The end of the road is near, and these guys just coast into the fight because the final week, they pretty much take that off. And but Golovkin seems to be peaking now. I'm sure he's gonna kind of tone up a little bit. Right now he looks good, doesn't look flat. He looks solid, big, bulky, that kind of thing. Another thing, let me end it here. Another thing, in the open workout, Canelo's working the pool noodles, right? They're doing the workout, hitting the noodles, hitting the mitts, and I noticed that he kind of gassed out. He was taking these like these big deep breaths, and he was like signaling the corner for water, things like that. Never took his shirt off. Like, what was the deal with that? I mean, I don't understand why. I think he didn't take his shirt off because he's looking thin. He's looking a little bit frail right now. And I thought, and I've never, ever, you go back and look at any of Canelo's fights, any of his open media workouts. I've personally been to like 4 of them now. Maybe, no, actually, I've been to like, I think maybe 5 of them, and I've never seen this dude not take his shirt off during an open media workout. So, I don't know. I mean, is it some kind of psychological thing where he's trying to, to stay inward, like, how people wear their sweaters and they have little cups of coffee? Like I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what's going on with this dude, but he seems like he's crumbling, cracking. He's just cracking under the pressure, and I think he's gonna, ultimately, I think it's gonna hurt him in the end. I really do. So, what do you guys think? What did you notice? I'm gonna have another video coming out real quick about Canelo's interview and what he had to say about Gennady Golovkin.